The emergency alert that went out in that case was intended for a much smaller area, but emergency managers are still touting its use and effectiveness.
Jonah Kaplan gives us a behind-the-scenes look at the technology and the rules behind the emergency message system.
The Wireless Emergency Alert System, or WEA, it's a very powerful tool, and the rules, they come all the way down from the federal government. There is, though, room for interpretation, and maybe that's okay, because a lot of this is a balancing act. You want to make sure there are checks and balances, but you don't want to have delays in getting that important critical message out. You want to make sure you use the tool, but you also don't want to use it too often and tune people out. The process starts like most other emergencies. Someone dials 911. Once dispatchers send police or fire EMS, the incident commander then assesses the situation. On Tuesday morning, that incident commander in Roseville calling back to 911 in St. Paul and asked emergency managers to send out an urgent shelter-in-place message to the surrounding area.
You had an immediate life safety threat with someone who was on the loose and needed to be apprehended before there was a threat to somebody else.
The Wireless Emergency Alert System is a federal program and partnership between FEMA, the FCC, and cell phone companies like Verizon and AT&T. Generally, county dispatch supervisors have the keys and credentials to the software, but they have to follow certain protocols. Among them, unless it's coming directly from the president or FEMA, local officials can only send WEAs for situations involving imminent threats to safety or life. That means Amber Alerts for missing children or weather alerts to save life and property. The messages limited to 360 characters, so just a little longer than a tweet, and they must include the type and time of alert. For users, WAs don't interrupt ongoing texts, calls, or browsing, and there's no charge to receive the message. The technology, it continues to improve, but it still has limits, including pinpointing exact geographic locations.
With these things, there's always going to be a little bit of overshoot because you're going to hit cell towers that are outside of that zone but provide coverage into the zone.
Prior to Tuesday, the last time Ramsey County issued a WEA was a weather warning at the state fair. Jonah Kaplan, WCCO 4 News.
Emergency managers still have access to other alert systems, including tornado sirens, broadcast TV messages, and reverse 911. The latter was also used on Tuesday, which means that dispatchers called landlines in the affected neighborhoods and issued the emergency message.